Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Siti Nofarisha binti Patno. As part of my assignment for Project and Construction Management with course code ECM367, I will be telling you guys about Kansai International Airport, Osaka, Japan. The Airport Island, the story of Osaka Kansai International Airport. Osaka Kansai Airport is located on artificial island in Osaka Bay and opened in 1994 and was expanded in 2007. As you can imagine, construction was no easy task. Two mountains were flattened to build the island, and according to the Institution of Civil Engineers at the time of its completion, it was the most expensive civil engineering project to date despite some incredible engineering successes and proven ability to withstand earthquakes and typhoons. Construction at the airport facilities and terminal on Island 1 began in 1991 with one runway and terminal initially built. An Italian architect, Renzo Piano, designed the main terminal building. The terminal roof is shaped like an aerofoil. This is not just an excellent aviation reference, it is designed to promote airflow. Island 1's terminal is an impressive 1.7 kilometers in length, making it the longest terminal in the world. The project began in 1987. It started with building the island. The island took over 3 years and required the flattening of two local mountains. The airport is in fact made up of two islands, each ultimately supporting one runway and terminal. The first island was completed in 1994. A connection to the mainland was also needed. A 3.75 kilometer bridge was built connecting to the mainland at Rinku town. This is a double-deck bridge carrying 6 lanes of traffic with 2 rail lines. Below construction started in 1987 and it was completed by 1994. The bridge connecting the island to the commercial development of Rinku town was built. The bridge connecting to the airport to Osaka was not cheap. It cost about $1 billion to build. Work on the second terminal and runway began in 2003. This late start was to monitor the sinking of the island. The second runway opened in August 2009 and is longer than the first runway, 4,000 meters compared with 3,500 meters. Terminal 2 opened in 2012 and was a more straightforward construction and design than Terminal 1. It is a smaller single-story structure with no jet bridges. It was designed specifically for low-cost carriers and offered lower landing fees since the first runway and terminal opened. Additions to the seawall have been made when it was realized that the airport was sinking faster than initially predicted. Firstly, construction crews laid down sand on top of the clay seabed. The next step involved installing 2.2 million vertical pipes, each with a diameter of 16 inches. Once the pipes were pounded into the seabed, they were filled with moisture-absorbing sand. This was an essential step because reclaimed land is essentially a wet sponge. If the pipes did not absorb water from the surrounding soil and seabed, construction would be impossible to support the weight of an airport terminal. A dense and dry foundation is necessary, with the pipes removed and the sand drain method implemented. The rock and soil were hauled in from nearby mountain ranges. In total, 180 million cubic meters of rock and soil were added to the sand layer. To protect the foundation, a seawall made of 48,000 specially designed concrete tetrapods was built around the island. The perimeter of the seawall was built using 69 large steel chambers. The tetrapods were then placed in between these chambers. The seawall was designed to protect the airport from waves and surges by dissipating the oncoming water. Without the seawall, the airport would be inundated with water from Osaka Bay. More soil was added until the island reached a height of 65 feet above sea level. The first challenges is financial problems. The first terminal opened in 1994, but financial problems quickly arose. The airport was deeply in debt after construction was completed on the first terminal, and runaway annual interest payments were as high as $560 million in the first few years of operation. The second challenge is the first island sunken much deeper than the engineers expected. 1999 was the year that things really started to fall apart. The first island had already sunk 27 feet instead of the estimated 19 feet, so engineers got to work to slow things down. They excavated the ground below the passenger terminal and inserted a series of iron plates directly below the hydraulic jacks and 900-column foundation. The columns of the foundation were then raised in stages. This slowed down the sinking considerably, but it came at an exorbitant cost. The third challenge is geographical and coastal factor. The typhoons that frequently happen in Japan may increase the sea level around the airport. This also causes rise in groundwater or sea level around the area of the airport every year. High tides also have caused problems on the airport island, which cause poor drainage of low-lying grassy areas. Climate change might be an even bigger threat to the airport. In 2018, the airport was hit by Typhoon GB. The typhoon was so severe that the airport had to pause operations after seawater surges inundated the island. Runways were flooded and water reached up to the engines of some of the planes. Unfortunately, a typhoon in 2018, the strongest typhoon to hit Japan since 1993, it has caused extensive damage across the Kansai region. Runways were flooded while a tanker damaged the bridge. Full operations at the airport did not start again for nearly a month. It has also coped well with several typhoons over the years, including an extreme one in 1998 with winds of over 210 km per hour. The early operation of Kansai was hindered by high prices, according to the reporting by the New York Times in 1993. The government had to raise rents and landing fees to cover some of the $14 billion construction costs. These fees were the highest of any airport in the world. As of 2019, Kansai Airport was the third busiest in Japan, handling 28.8 million passengers. It was also placed 10th most popular global airport in the Skytrax World Airport Awards in 2020 and second most popular in its medium-sized category. It has also picked up an award for Best Airport Staff and Best Baggage Delivery. That's it from me. Thanks for watching!